Hey guys, project-zodiac here. I'm back with another video, and this is another 4K Blu-ray unboxing, and it's one I'm super excited for because it is finally Tron Ares out on 4K Blu-ray. Now, this is a bit special because this is the limited edition steelbook for Tron Ares. And I'm so excited that it's finally here. I have already unboxed the previous two steelbooks. So in this video, not only am I going to be unboxing this, I'm going to be comparing it to the previous two steelbooks for Tron and Tron Legacy, and just giving this as like a little product review as well. So I have a lot to say with this, and I'm just so excited that it's finally here. So let's just go straight into it. Yeah, so over here, you can see limited edition steelbook, Tron Ares. Then we'll talk more about the artwork in a bit. But here's on the side, Tron Ares. And then here's the J card. So you guys can pause it to read through this. Now, I believe that the bonus features is exclusive to just the Blu-ray disc, which I don't like when they do that. I wish that they would put it on the 4K disc as well. I understand a lot of times it's due to the size of the movie and audio formats on the 4K disc. Like maybe the bonus features won't fit there, but sometimes it does, and they just decide to still put it on the Blu-ray instead of the 4K. So I'm not sure exactly the size of the disc here and how much it's full, but it's okay. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. Some of the bonus features looks really good. The Journey to Tron Ares. Basically, I end up making of for Tron Ares. Now, on this channel, I did do a mini documentary on the production history of Tron Ares, so please check that out. You can see it in the little icons, and there'll be links for my Tron playlist in the description as well. This sounds pretty interesting. The art of Tron Ares as well sounds pretty good. Cast conversations, and then the legacy of Tron and some deleted scenes. I don't know how many deleted scenes there are. I think there's just a few. I know one of them is when Eve enters the grid, she gets suited up, similar to how Sam got suited up when he entered the grid. I wish they included that in the theoretical cut, but I guess it's just a deleted scene. Would have been cool if they kept this as a extended version, but sadly nothing. Nothing, like no extended version exists. So that's it for this. Let's now just open it. I'm so excited for this. This came, I was able to pre-order it on Amazon. It sold out in many places as well. And thankfully though, it arrived pretty quickly with the release date. Unfortunately, right now it's what day is it? It's like the 19th. Today's the 19th of January. So I've had this for about 10 days or so. I just haven't had a chance to open it yet. But right now I had some time, so I thought, okay, I'll do this now. So here we go, limited edition steelbook. This I'm just gonna throw out. But yeah, now we have it here. Beautiful artwork, and I love this background, the matte finished background, and then everything that's a light is reflective and glossy. It's just such a very unique way that they handled the Tron trilogy box set, or not box set, steel books. So I love that. So again, we'll compare this in a little bit, but this looks so beautiful. I love it. I love it so much. I will talk about this a little bit more in depth when I'm comparing it with the other ones, but it still looks so good. It fits the aesthetic really well, and it's just so nice. And then here on the side, Tron Ares, and then we've got the same picture here on the spine. Oh, I love this artwork so much. This is so cool, and you can see all of these little details as well. It's kind of like grid patterns, bringing it closer when the light is hitting it in a certain way, but then when you're like this, you don't see that. That's so cool. This is literally amazing. I love this. Here's a better view. There's some little dents here, but it's okay. It's not too bad. But yeah, when you look at it this way, it's like the image is totally different. And then when you do it like this with the light reflecting, oh, that's so cool. All right, then we got the top and the bottom. And I just think that, they did a really good job with this. I'm setting the code off to the side. And then we got here the light cycle and the disc. And I'm so glad that they kept the disc uniform as well, which I'll show you in a minute. But this is the 4K disc, which looks really nice. And then here's the Blu-ray disc, which looks so cool as well. I love this. This fully captures the essence of the series and of this movie, and it's just so good. And then we've got the inside of the light cycles in the real world. This is fantastic. So I'm going to keep the discs out. We're going to compare it with the other ones real quick, but I just want to say real quick, unfortunately, this set does not have a 3D version of the movie. Now, a lot of people say that 3D home releases are dead. Really, the only ones we got within the past few years that I can think about was, for example, Alita Battle Angel. That one had a 3D release. But even more recently, Avatar The Way of Water, that had a separate 3D release as well. So if they do a 3D release for Tron Ares, that would be amazing, and I really hope they do, and I'll buy that. They did do one for Tron Legacy when that came out over 15 years ago. So yeah, I'm just glad that for some movies they might release it in 3D, and I really hope that they do for Tron Ares. Now, you can watch Tron Ares in 3D if you have the Apple Vision Pro with Disney Plus, which kind of sucks because you need to spend $3,000 in order to watch this in 3D. I hope that Disney fixes the codec with it so that the MetaQuest and other VR headsets can watch Disney Plus content in 3D as well, because then that will make it a lot more accessible for people. Now, in terms of another thing that is exclusive with Disney Plus, which is not in this, is that unfortunately this does not include the IMAX screens aspect ratio for some of the shots. Only on Disney Plus you'll be able to get that, but again, it's streaming. Even if it's going to be on 4K, it's not going to be the best quality as opposed to a physical release. Still very good though, but still streaming. So on this set, you won't be getting a 3D and you won't be getting the IMAX aspect ratios. But I'm not really too complaining about the IMAX aspect ratio. I'm more complaining about the 3D because the 3D for this movie is amazing. I have reviewed this movie. If you haven't watched my review yet, please go take a look at it. Because the 3D for it is one of the best 3D I've seen in any movie. It's really tied with Avatar's 3D. It's just so good in many ways. It's even better than Legacy's 3D. But yeah, so that's some very important little things to talk about. Now, I just want to compare the discs real quick before we compare the steelbook. So let me just grab the other discs and we can take a look. Okay, as you guys can see here, we got now all of the discs for the series. Up top, we have the Blu-ray discs, and then here at the bottom, we have the 4K discs. These are the discs that came with the steelbook. I do like that Tron has Kevin here. I don't like that it says the original classic. I wish they would have removed that. Because it lines up overall really nice with just Tron Ares with the character here. And then this is the Blu-ray disc artwork that came with the 4K for Tron Legacy, which is the lazy blue artwork. If you bought the Blu-ray separately a long time ago, you might have received this artwork. I got this one with the 3D set for Tron Legacy. So it is better, very similar to this one overall, just so that you guys can see the difference. This one has more detail, but this is more streamlined. So unfortunately, the Blu-ray discs don't follow the pattern. It's not uniform. Even if you add this one in, it would have been better if it was Sam here. But let's take away the Blu-ray discs and just focus on the 4K discs, I love that the 4K discs follow the pattern of the identity disc. We got the way that it was for Tron 1, and I love that it just says Tron here. Then we have the way that it looked in Tron Legacy, perfect. And then the way it looks in Tron Ares. I just wish that the font was maybe red so that it matched the way that it is here, but this works as well because this is one of the official fonts for the merchandising as well. So it's also a little bit strange that this here is like so zoomed out compared to all of the other ones, but the fact that these are discs and it's a identity disc, it makes sense that it's like this compared to this being a triangle. So can't complain too much, but it would have been nice if they zoomed in a little bit more. But I love that the discs are uniform. This is how you should be releasing something, especially when it's all right next to each other. Now, the reason for that is because these were released just a few months apart from each other. These two here at the same time, back in September, October, and then this one now in January. So it's nice that they did this because it's all uniform, and I'm so grateful for that. And I hope that for Avatar Fire and Ash, it stays in line with the way that we got for the release of Avatar in 4K, and then the release of Way of Water in 4K for Avatar. But let's now just compare the actual cases themselves. So here they are, the 4K steelbook cases themselves, and I'm so glad they are finally here because all of this just flows right. It's the same aesthetic, the same concept, and I love it. I do have a few nitpicky things that I want to talk about, but everything is streamlined and it's just so good. So even here on the bottom, you see the grid lines here, you see grid lines here, and then you also see some grid lines here, except here's a little bit harder, but it's still really cool that it's here. Now, also, they all kind of have like a little shine on the discs. So we got the Tron 1 style disc, the Tron 2 style disc. But again, because Ares disc is different, it's really cool that we have this triangle style disc. But then we also have this hexagon, which is really interesting. Because they don't have a hexagon disc. The circle identity discs have a different pattern on the inside. It's not just a straight line. So I don't know why they put this here, but it works. I do think it would have been better if it was just a regular triangle, but maybe they were just trying to keep like a circular outline in a way. But it's fine. It works really cool, and I love the dual colors as well. So that's really cool, because then we have the dual colors here and then here as well. Now, one thing is that I do wish they would have added would be maybe the water jet thing that they have going over here on the side, because here on the side we've got the solar sailor here and here. We don't have a solar sailor in Ares, but we did have that jet thing, so it would have been cool if it was here, or like the water jet. And then we got the grid, and yeah, this fits everything so perfectly. I really like it. Obviously, the fact that it's red kind of is a huge contrast to the other two, but there's still some blue here as well. I also love that, again, we got all the characters, and then all of them have the light cycles as well, plus the discs showing too. And what's really interesting too is here we got 2 characters, or 3 with this one. Then we got a little bit more here, and then even more here. So I like that, like there's more and more characters, but it doesn't feel cluttered. Now, going off on the spines, so again, same image. It looks like this one, they put a little bit more here, as opposed to in Legacy, where it's just Sam and Korra. So that's pretty interesting that they did that differently for Tron. And then the back is very different for all 3 of them. This is where I would say is the most non-uniform, but it's still so representative of the series as a whole. We've got the IO tower here and the whole iconic lifting up the disc. We've got the recognizer, and then we have the digitization process. So all of this, even if they're different in what they're showing, it's still all representative of the series as a whole. So I really love that. Now let's just take a look on the inside. Alright, so now we have the inside, and I love again that they're all uniform. They're all focused on the light cycles. We've got the original grid one here, which looks really cool. We've got the legacy one here, Now this one's a little bit different because it has a very close-up of Sam, and then we've got the real world light cycles here, which has a close-up of I think Ares or Athena. I'm not sure who is who in the position. I would need to rewatch it, but it's one of the two. So yeah, it's really cool that they all kept the same uniform. And this one's very red tinted. So, and these ones are very blue tinted. But anyway, guys, I'm just so glad that this is finally here. The Tron series is one of my favorite series ever, alongside Avatar and a couple others as well. And I'm so glad that they finally released the first two in IMAX, or not IMAX, in 4K, and that we finally get Tron Ares on 4K as well. And also that gloss and matte difference, you can see it across all of them here, the shine with the gloss and the matte, and it makes things look like they're lighting up. Whoever designed this really cared a lot about Tron and really representing these three movies in 4K and in the steelbook. So I'm really glad that it's here now, and yeah, it's just such a great movie. Now, I really ask that you all please keep buying Tron Ares, keep streaming Tron Ares. Thankfully, the movie has been in #1 spot all around the world on Disney Plus. And that's a very good thing because the movie didn't do too good in theaters. Again, I did review the movie. If you want to watch it, please watch the review. But unfortunately, even though people loved the movie, it didn't do too good in theaters. But now that the movie is out on streaming, it's #1 on Disney Plus for almost 2 weeks now. Again, today's the 19th. It came out on the 7th of January. So about 12 days on #1 spot, and that's amazing. So we really want to get Tron 4, the whole Tron fandom. So please buy the movie, stream the movie. When this movie was available for renting and digital purchase, it also did #1 in some spots, and the 4K sold out as well in many areas for a while. So thankfully I was able to get it before it sold out. But yeah, that just shows that people do like Tron, except that for some reason it wasn't people going to the theaters because of the way that theaters are right now in terms of the pricing. So please watch the movie in streaming services through Disney Plus or renting it and buying it, because that helps us get Tron 4 and not have to wait 15 years for it. So I'm just so glad that it's getting the recognition now, because even people who didn't watch it in theaters, a lot of them kept saying it was because of Jared Leto or because of the prices of movie tickets and all of that. So a lot of people didn't go for various reasons. But then when they watch it on Disney Plus, so many people on Reddit are posting about it saying, I should have seen this movie in theaters. The critics were way too harsh on it. This movie is fantastic. Like people who didn't watch it when it came out in theaters are seeing how good the movie actually is, and they wish that they would have went and seen it in theaters. So that shows that the movie is really good. So I hope it stays in #1 for a while, and that we can get Tron 4. So yeah, I even if it's not in a big screen, even if it's a Disney Plus movie or limited series, I just want the story to continue to resolve all of these things, because that would be really cool in any way that they can do it with all of these characters and actors back for it. So that's my thought on this in terms of, the nitpicky stuff with the product. There aren't too many things. I love its uniform, and I'm glad that it's finally here. I really recommend you can get this. I'm not a steelbook guy. I only have a few steelbooks for just a few movies, but I'm glad that Tron is one of those, because this is perfect. Yes, there are steelbooks with some beautiful, amazing artworks, like the steelbook for The Fifth Element. The artwork for that, the one that I'm thinking of, is so beautiful and fantastic, and I love that movie. But again, I'm not really a steelbook guy, so only a few movies I actually have for steelbook. So the fact that I'm getting this for steelbook, and I'm telling you how beautiful all of this is when I'm not a steelbook person, I think it just shows that, yeah, they put a lot of care in this. And also as a fan of this series, it makes me want to buy the steelbook for it because of how beautiful and well represented it is. So that's it for this unboxing and product review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will also be doing my review on Avatar Fire and Ash. I've seen it a few more times already. I've just been really busy, and I know that review is going to be at least an hour long. So please be patient for that. It will be a few weeks, maybe even a month before I can even get it out. But I will work on it as soon as I can. With all that said, guys, rate, comment, subscribe. But before I go, for those of you who stuck here until the end, here's a little gift for you. You can now get Tron Ares digitally. So this is the download code for Tron Ares. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting this movie and for it being in #1. It means a lot to me and a lot to the fandom because it gives us more chances to be getting Tron 4 and a lot sooner as well. With all that said, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Have a good day.